Crystallize was playing it. I think Crystallize is a great carry, and he did not inspire any more confidence in Bloodseeker that game.
And he was against an Ench, though.
Yeah.
An Encho. You know, what are you picking if you're Secret here? Because the thing is, normally with Puck and like Omni in a team, you wouldn't pick Storm or something like that, but I could see them do it.
I could see how the status resistance is really good for Bloodseeker just to be able to run in. You know, like Stuns just won't be able to lock him down. He's going to be able to get on top of these heroes, hit them, get that kill, regen up. Like, I think the sustain aspect is, like, super good for Bloodseeker in general because even when he's really fast and stuff, like, there's still the problem of you just getting focused down. And the last pick, Meepo. But Team Secret have the final pick. And they still have plenty of mids to go through. What do they have to go through?
Is Kunkka banned?
Yes, Kunkka is immediately banned in the first phase. Ever since Secret opened up and just first picked Kunkka, they definitely established a certain meta in this tournament.
5 seconds remaining.
So you can't go too late game to carry, and you're going to go for the Earthshaker, the core Earthshaker against Meepo, and it's good versus Bloodseeker.
Let's see how flexible you are.
And it's good versus Puck. And it's a Kuro Puck, by the way, because all the cores have been picked up.
Okay, so the way that they're thinking about this is Kuro is like, I think I was supposed to go mid, but it looks like a free Meepo game. So I guess we're doing that, right?
I mean, how many times has Liquid gone for the last pick support, though? Especially with, like, the last pick 5 position? I don't remember Liquid ever doing that.
Yeah.
I think this might have already been planned out. Not necessarily the Meepo,
so?
but the Puck support? I think it might have. I mean, again, like, how many times have the last pick Kuros here?
I will say that Kuro, for all of his strengths as a captain, he is not the type to do something like that.
Yeah.
I think you would be... I actually think your assessment is correct.
Yeah. Well, they do have a great answer to Weeha Meepo. So Weeha is going to be put to the test here with his Meepo. See if he's able to lay things down, because, I mean, it is a good answer to Slark and Centaur, much like the Bloodseeker is, but this Earthshaker could be the be-all, end-all of picks.
You're not wrong, Cap.
Yeah, and I've been a big believer in the core Shaker with Aghanim Scepter.
Big
believer.
As we get into game number 2.
My belief in it only grows.
I see.
The more I see it. All right. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's game 2. Team Liquid versus Team Secret. This is former TI7 champs Team Liquid, who managed to place 4th place at TI. Where'd they place at TI8? I actually forgot. I think it was 4th place, right? Because EG got 3rd.
EG got 3rd.
Yeah. 4th place at that TI. Relatively respectable showing that season in DPC as well.
Yes.
Came into this season, kicked Matumba Man in the final major, show up big with Weeha, managed to make it in the finals. Don't actually win that. Don't actually win Epicenter, but at least go to game 5 against a very good team at VG Gaming.
Yes.
Definitely proved that Weeha
Your guilt weighs
can
heavily.
elevate certain aspects of Team Liquid's game. He did give them certain tools to work with that Matumba Man was not able to give them. Maybe it was just an exchanging of tools.
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
Weeha and Matumba Man are such completely different players.
Yeah.
Like, Weeha is the type of player that, you know, he's a head scratcher. He needs to play those heroes that are a little bit odd.
Yeah.
And just a little bit unique to him.
But he's going to give you a lot of game-winning last pick heroes like Meepo. His Wind Ranger came out really strong at Epicenter. We had the Invoker.
I think that all captains are obsessed with the idea of free wins. You know, like a player that can just give you a free win at a TI, that's got to be worth X amount of dollars, right?
Yeah.
Like for every best of 3 that a cheese pick can win you.
Yeah.
And that was the thing about when they did win. It wasn't just like luck and all that jazz, but like they also had the correct type of cheese for the tournament, and maybe you just needed to mix it up a little bit. The one thing though is that Weeha, you know his cheese. It's Meepo.
Yeah, in Secret, I mean, they had the ultimate last pick, so they thought they had an answer to this Meepo. I'm sure they. There's no way they didn't at least talk about that possible existence of a.
What made his second place run so memorable was just like the diversity of he could do it all, right?
Yeah.
He could do the standard, you know, he's gonna play your Storms and all that jazz. He could play your Miranas at the time. Like, he was also gonna like remix and you know play the Meepo.
Yeah. Liquid, of course, matched up against the absolute favorite team for this international. Easily the top team of this DPC circuit. Well, I guess VP gave them a little bit of run for their money, but they came out clearly on top.
Can I say something, by the way, about mid one?
Yeah.
So mid one, I think, is the mid player, like out of the tier ones, or you would consider like 5 or 6 like mid players tier one.
Yes.
He is the player that probably I see loses lane the most, or gets soloed, I should say.
Okay. Yeah.
And it feels like it means the least to him.
Yes.
It's really weird. I
Yes.
think that actually just speaks to how good he is.
Yeah.
If anything, it just makes me respect him even more, weirdly. Because I think any player can snowball a win.
Uh-huh.
But it takes, I mean, it takes a pretty special guy to be able to, like, literally die solo, not get tilted, and then make plays around the map.
Totally agree. I think he's also the most selfless
Yeah.
of all the tier 1 mids.
Because, like, we saw him lose his lane to Sumail a lot at ESL Birmingham. Like, he even got solo killed in 2 different matchups that I feel like, remember the Storm versus TA one where he solo kills TA?
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. But at the same time, he's still going to win you the game one way or another.
I think that the selflessness of him as a carry is like so incredible. It's like the opposite for supports. Like any support can play the hard 6, but great supports can carry from the role, you know?
Yeah.
And I think what makes mid one so special is the fact that we know he's a carry player. We know he can carry games for you. We know he can be the guy who gets the last pick mid, is the best hero in the game, and is going to win you the game for it. But what's really impressive is just saying, hey, we're going to first pick mid one's hero, and he's actually going to have a significant impact and win most of our early to mid game, and allow Nisha just to be able to have a free game where he farms up and eventually becomes strong enough he carries us. Like that, I think that is just such a unique strength that Secret have from that mid laner.
And now that we've, talked ad nauseum about both mid laners and their strengths and weaknesses, we can talk about the teams as we saw Liquid go for something a little bit different last game. They decided not to pick very many stuns at all. This game, they have a little bit more lockdown, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, Meepo counts as like 5 different stuns.
True-ish. You've got 5 more stuns off of Kuro's Dream Coil.
I guess if I looked at it like that, technically you can look at that.
Yeah, we've got crazy amount of stuns on this team.
Some might say unlimited.
You can have a 5-man snowball as well. Damn, that's 15 stuns between 3 heroes. Incredible. Liquid did do, I think this is the matchup they wanted, right? The Bloodseeker into the Centaur, I think? Actually, not totally true. Mind Control is going to be able to Heavenly Grace himself and pretty easily deal with this one. Heavenly Grace is, even though you're hard countered by Shadow Demon and the Purge, you do actually have an answer to his poison, because it's actually very difficult to get poison stacks on the status resistance because it actually ends
just
so quickly.
I see.
Yeah.
You just get rid of it. So you still take the damage, right? You're refreshing it off?
Yeah. So, like, you will cleanse yourself and it'll force the damage on you. But then on top of that, it's super hard for him to get continuous stacks against you because he just goes to 1 tick, and then, like, you have very limited amount of time to be able to get that second stack onto him before the time runs out. So I think this is the matchup that Liquid wanted out of this. I'm not 100% certain. I know Slark's going to be happy with this this laning phase. I'm quite certain about that. And you can already see it, 23 and 13 for him. Bloodseeker 22 and 10, so both carriers kind of free farming right now. Centaur and Omni are about the same as the offlaners in CS as well. Though I think Zai should be able to walk away with a decent laning phase against 2 melee heroes. I have to imagine a max out Retaliate build is going to feel pretty good for this Centaur. See how it goes, though. Mid lane matchup definitely being won by the Meepo, but mind control with the Heavenly Grace. The disruption doesn't last for long. He does have purification. It's only level 1 though, and that is going to be your first blood. Nisha gets the first permanent stack of agility. Mid lane though, if they can actually kill Midwan, Curl's going to come over from the side. Will manage to get the south before the Fissure comes out, and with the Meepo and a Tusk, we actually didn't think about that one. Midwan actually does last long enough that GH will die to this. Oh no, he had a healing cell. So he will live. But the combination of Meepos and tag team, oh, that's dirty.
Have you never seen that before?
I mean, I just didn't think about it until now.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember when people thought that like the swashbuckle thing would work with it?
Yeah, that was. Like, oh, this is gonna be broken.
No, it was like what was the classic combo before Tusk got tag team was the. Oh,
Echo Slam, is that going to be enough? They have the disruption to be able to stop him. He tries to go for another coup. They disrupt, enchant totem, swing, Weeha's dead.
It was the AA chilling, the touch.
Yeah. The chili thing.
Okay. Mind control just, he's just shrugging off all the haters.
Yeah. That is another nice one, right? Pounce just does not last that long.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They don't really
22.
have the best answers to the Omni's Heavenly Grace.
Yeah.
To be fair, we don't even know what the fight's look like yet, so.
We'll see how it develops. Mind control. Keeps on trying to pull back the creep wave as best as possible and immediately gets gone on every single time and is not going to live again. Nisha claims a second kill. Team Secret. That's because Kuro's just kind of left him be. And I had to think that a 5-position puck is not going to give you that much lane.
I mean, that's why I was kind of like, when you asked me whether or not it was planned or not, I was like,
Yeah.
like, do you really think this was his intended will? Because I could very easily see a situation where most captains would be like, yo, this is a really good Meepo game. Or like, Weeha's begging for it. He's like, yo, this is a really good Meepo game.
Yeah.
And Kuro's like, okay, that makes sense. You're the Meepo player. And Kuro all of a sudden is stuck playing 5 puck.
Orb going to come in.
Let me
A
just
lot
say,
of stats being racked up on Nisha, though. This is one of those fights that's going to snowball against you, but the rupture.
Oh.
Nice rotation from Miracle, right as Nisha felt like he was getting strong enough to be able to fight back. He runs into another hero. He runs into his counter, which is the Bloodseeker, and now the Ogre is going to be run down as well. It's a nice long-range ice shards from GH. Collects that kill. Yapzor will be able to skinny on through here this area, and Midwan is actually here out. It's going to be able to get a nice Fissure. Beautifully done by Midwan. Oh, there's actually a little bit of gap, though.
you didn't
Mind
see
control. He's able to. He's a skinny little paladin. That's what he is. He's able to just itch
You know,
his way through.
I know they got kills, but the more that I see this puck 5, the more that I think that I was right. Whenever
Okay,
you
but at
just,
the
like,
same time, right? Kuro's very greedy.
yes.
And there's nothing more greedy than picking yourself a 5 position that does nothing for your laning phase, but gets better over time.
Jokes on you, that is the definition of greed.
That is the greediest thing you could possibly do as a 5.
I mean, he does have phase shift at least.
Yeah. He can just kind of YOLO into high ground areas. He has an easy time dewarding. Nisha's going to have to be real careful of that Slark. Or, he is Slark. No better enemy than yourself. No, he's got to be careful of the Bloodseeker and that Rupture. Got to play on the opposite side of the map of Miracle when possible and just lift this Midas. Start carrying him into that deeper farm. But Miracle's always going to try and get into that same lane. Force Nisha out of the lane. Force him to do some jungling. Slow down his farm that way. Bottom lane, managed to get the disruption into the stomp. Mind control still gets off the purification with the Heavenly Grace. The Stampede, though, is going to be enough. Because good old support puck over there has no stuns to help you out.
Poor little guy. Don't flame him. It's not his fault.
You know, if this was Weeha's idea, oh, they do have mid one here. They're going to try and go for the Echo Slam, but there's the snowball to be able to buy Miracle a little bit of time. Nisha still ruptured up, though. Ice Shards
nice
going
ice
down.
shards.
Right as Miracle thought he was going to go for that kill on Nisha. They pop the Shadow Dance. They're going to try and get in position to hit him with that Blood Right. They will be able to get the silence on Anisha and finish him off. Miracle runs away from mid one. That's the Echo Slams used, and they still manage to get the kill on the Slark. A big win there for Team Liquid.
And Weehaw's game has not been slowed down that much,
No.
despite the death that he had early on.
Yeah.
Continuing to just do Meepo things.
You compare that to the Earthshaker's net worth right now, and you know that Echo Slam not being effective to get a kill. It's a bit concerning. But Earthshaker always has an answer to Meepo, so. It always feels so nice when you don't have to worry so much about, oh god, the Meepo's getting too big. You know? When you've just got a clear-cut answer to him like Earthshaker.
It is really nice, but at the same time, like, if you mess up one fight, it's a lot of pressure on mid one.
Yeah.
And come on, man, Weehaw's really good at Meepo. He understands these counters. I think he probably understands the counters really well, in fact.
You know what? Honestly, so many of these heroes, one of the dirtiest things about them is the fact any of these heroes that could just go like 3 or 4 of their stat item, 3 or 4 Wraith Bands or Null Talismans, just dirty.
I mean, inherently, they're going to feel really good because it takes so little to make them feel good.
They're just not leaving mind control alone, and they are beginning to get punished for it as they commit so heavily to try and get him. A heavy rotation from Liquid is going to be able to find 1, 2. Shadow Demon disrupts himself, delaying the inevitable, though. As he will fall. Mind control was actually level 5 at the start of that fight. Gets his 6 at 12 minutes in, thanks to his team defensively rotating to bail him out. Mind control has not had the same kind of free games as he used to as an offlaner. It feels like he's being addressed a lot.
Yeah, they're making sure they cover their bases when it comes to him. I mean, because I think Mind Control straight up won the TI last year.
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago, I should say.
Blood Right?
His hero pool, his NP, I mean, just as much as Matama Man did, so did MC.
Yeah.
Where he gave them a lot of free wins. This time around, no one is, you know, he's not a rookie anymore or anything like that. Not that he was going into that TI, but, you know, they didn't really have the same showing. And in this one, they're intentionally trying as hard as they can to slow him down. They put a lot more premium on ruining his game than, like, Miracles.
Your guilt weighs heavily.
Mind control gonna take the time to spam some lines, as he knows he has definitely been addressed by Team Secret, but hasn't been shut out of the game entirely. Still not that far behind Zai, who I feel like he's definitely gonna walk away from the laning phase a lot happier.
I wonder where the first Meepo rotation is going to be, like the big one.
Yeah.
Because you want this guy to start taking some of the tier 1 towers out. The way that, ideally, I think this hero works is you get aggressive enough on the map so that you start taking map control. Like, I'd imagine what ends up happening is you take this tier 1 mid tower, and once you've done that, you just go Roche. You immediately just go Roche. Don't you think so?
I think so.
That reads like
I
the
agree.
best move right
I
now.
agree with you, especially considering the slowed down timing in mid one, where he doesn't have his initiation item, which is the Ags. And naturally, Slark is just not ready to take team fights yet. He's always down to do these skirmishes, these lower numbers, 2v2s and stuff like that. He's down for that. But big team fights are scary for him, especially with some of these counters. One of those counters going to be found here. Miracle, always susceptible to the big burst damage. That's one of the big problems with the Bloodseeker, but he's going to be bailed out by GH here as they do manage to get the big punch on his eye, slowing him down enough that Miracle gets away. Now the Ice Shards block in. Beautiful set there from GH. Unfortunately, there's no backup for him, and that, with Puppy showing up, is just going to be able to get the kill. But that does mean a heavy rotation is going to be needed if Secret want to be able to bail out this mid tower. Mid one trying to get close enough for the Echo Slam. They do a nice job of being able to get some of these nets. Not committing too many meatballs, though.
Nice
With the silence, trying to finish off mid one. He still has that Echo Slam, holds it. Now lays it in. A third Meepo shows up. Weehaw dies, and they'll get the deny on that mid tier 1.
So now the only concern is, like, don't get Roached. If you're Secret,
Yes.
Liquid got a little bit too over-aggressive there.
Radiant's middle tower is
I mean, Curl went in silence. He's like, I got you.
Be at peace, you wretched.
Mind control does manage to get that bounty. So 2-2 split.
God, it always throws me off like how short spells like Disruption or like the Rubik Lift,
Yep.
they just instantly fade.
Yeah. You could see he's going to be maxing out Heavenly Grace, not going for the slow. And one of the hypest things about Omni Knight, that level 10 talent, baby. 90 GPM.
But what about the 175 Purification? Have you ever taken that talent before? Be real with me.
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
I took it once when we were like just crushing the game, and I just wanted to see how it felt.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, it was kind of cool.
By the way, mid tower into
Roche, just as you called it, but
but. What is your
is
but?
Secret going?
No,
No.
they're not going to. It's too hard to predict something like this. Meepo does it too fast.
They call it now, but the scan is just a bit too late. Also, like the E-Blade timing, even if they did know, it's going to be hard to fight. Especially since, like, with Echo Slam used, like, what good threat do they have against that Meepo right now?
That's why I was telling you, like, if you play the Earthshaker matchup in a vacuum, yes, it sounds good. You know, a lot of Meepos clumped together, big damage. But in actuality, like, once you have a lot of stats, or if you mess up, or if your combo gets interrupted for whatever reason, then it starts to feel a lot worse.
Yeah, I could dig it.
Although I do think they should use this Aegis as a result. So that you can, I mean, the best thing about Aegis in games are like, there's always like one big ability. It's like an instant get out of jail free card. Like, you messed up once, you can't get chrono. They don't want to chrono echo you, nothing like that because of the Aegis.
So what's the priority list and objectives from here? You have this Aegis. What towers are you going for in what order?
I think you might even go bottom for 2.
Okay, and just make the sweep of tier 1, tier 2.
Yeah. Either you go bottom for 2 or you take the tier 2 top and then go bottom for 2.
Yeah. That is one of the beauty of, like, the tier 1 tower of the offlane always stays alive for a long time, but when you go for it, if they're not strong enough to defend tier 1, they're not going to defend tier 2. Mid 1 is going to be safe with a Stampede. There's the Soul Catcher bringing all these Suihan low, but in tier play now the Dream Coil locked onto 3. They're going to try and bail him out, but the silence coming out from the Shatter Demon, stopping any disruptions. Nisha with the Shatter Dance only has so much time. They do manage to get the stomp on Miracle before the Rupture goes out. Now it gets multicasted by Puppey as well. Fortunately, there's always that sustain of Mind Control to be able to allow Miracle to fearlessly move forward. They kill the captain of Team Secret, and now looking for that tier 1 offlane tower. But Secret are not budging here. They're still going to try and fight around this area as they kind of reset things, slow down the push of Liquid. Got only 10 seconds till the Ogre's back. Might just be able to find the Tusk here as he tries to go for the rune, but gets blocked out by mid 1 into the stomp of Zai. Just a nice little chain stun from Secret that finds a pick.
Still not losing their towers yet. This bottom area.
Might get pounced on, managed to get the silence. The Rupture thrown out as well. An offensive orb there
Curl
from
went
Curl.
through.
He's going to be able to jump in, but mid one. Oh, this is an excellent Echo Slam opportunity to finish off the Bloodseeker. They thought they were going to pop him, but mid one was too tanky with his Bracers build. And now, with that Bloodseeker gone and Weehaw down to half health, it's just cleanup time. They're going to be able to get the Omni Knight looking for more. They're going to spot Kuro here, manage to get the pounce onto him. Disruption to prevent him from jumping to the orb as well. And now he's just flat out of mana. Nisha is able to be a part of another important kill. 5 permanent stacks so far.
I'm not really sure what the when they ran in together to fight the
That
Shaker.
was so weird.
Were they like, he's not silenced, he's not stunned, but we'll get him. I don't really, that was really optimistic.
Zai, they just get popped here. Stampede getting away. The
Again.
two-man Fisher, the Soul Catcher, bringing these heroes so low that the burst damage of mid one looks really strong right now, and he's just able to make a simple TP away. Weehaw does manage to find the pick on Puppey at bottom lane as he continues to try and put pressure on this tier 1 off lane tower. It'll probably happen too.
You need a BKB, I think, if you're this BS at this point.
Nisha just racking up the stacks here on a Miracle. This Bloodseeker, such a hit-or-miss hero, and Omni-Knight really wasn't that far away, but it was still a bit too much distance for him to traverse in that short amount of time.
I mean, it's not like he has a lot of items anyways.
Yeah.
He almost has a pipe for himself, which will be nice for the Meepo, but I don't know. They've got to be smarter than that when they take those fights. I feel like that's like the third time they've just given this Earthshaker that kind of echo.
Yeah.
He was like, he has no blink dagger. They just keep running into it.
And it was like the worst circumstances too, where it's like, Weehaw probably felt like, because I have Aegis, it doesn't matter if I die here.
Yeah.
But he didn't actually die. All of his meepos just got low, and it was everybody else who died. So he feels like he naturally has to back up and reset. And he's got no backup to continue to fight. GH, he's had some nice Ice Shard moves, but this one does not succeed.
And now the Aghanim Scepter completed by the Earthshaker.
Now you've got your initiation item. Now you've got something that Weehaw's going to have to worry about.
It's going to go Ags into BKB. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a
I
pretty
like that
cool
too.
anti-Meepo build.
Meanwhile, Weehaw is going to go back into Shadowblade Silver Edge.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's courier
Is the Silver Edge needed for this game? I don't think the break mechanic is that good in this one, right?
It gets rid of the Earthshaker passive.
Yeah, that's actually pretty important.
Yeah,
You're
Aftershock?
right, you're right. Yeah.
It's like playing against Axe when he doesn't have the It's always
Yeah,
funny
he
because
doesn't have
Axe
the
players
spin.
forget.
Yeah.
You know, they call you and they think like,
Why am I not spinning? Oh man, that was terrible luck. No, bro, you were broken.
18 hits, 0 spins. Alright, okay, game. I would like him to get like a Hex or something at some point though. Yeah, that would make it really easy for him to kill this Shaker. But you would take away so much of the Shaker's damage by getting the Silver Edge.
So Weehaw's gonna go hunt. I kind of expected him to go like Scythe.
You know,
I
it
thought
feels
that
like
would've-
no Meepos go Scythe anymore.
Yeah, they really don't. I thought it would have been a good answer to the Ags Earthshaker,
Yeah.
right? Because as opposed to Blink, you can actually see him coming.
Remember at the Paris Major, or we saw Ace play it against LGD?
Yeah.
Never went Scythe, right?
Yeah.
That was the game he
Yep.
bodied them.
It's because all these meepos just like because of this sort of lifesteal mechanic is like they all just go into this right-click build.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I imagine both those guys play much more Meepo than I ever have. So I'm not really
Well,
trying to.
that only takes one game. So
Yeah. I'm not trying to doubt it.
Miracle gets picked off. That's a nasty kill. Team Secret do lose Zai, but I mean, I think like a Centaur dying he's able to recover from that. Bloodseeker, I just feel like it's one of those heroes that
You need a
2
snowball.
or 3 deaths and you're never gonna be the same in
He
the
has
game.
some mid-game fighting build
Nice
too.
little chain stun is able to pick up Kuro, allowing him to live, but he doesn't make it over the cliff and he gets stunned by mid.
Did he just end the orb too early?
A little bit. I think it was more like the orb placement was bad.
I see.
I mean, if he just throws it towards his space,
He's fine.
yeah, he's totally fine.
This Earthshaker pick has proven to be way too value so far. Although he's still behind in net worth, which is that's pretty natural against Meepo.
Yeah.
He has 5 of him. He can farm everywhere.
I mean, isn't that scarier, the fact that it's proven to be a strong pick, even though he doesn't have the same kind of net worth as every other core?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it always feels good to have Earthshaker on your team,
Yeah,
I think.
agreed. I mean, I had him as my most picked. I'm going to be terribly wrong on that, but
Dude, you are so wrong already.
I'm an Earthshaker believer. What can I say?
You're purist of the
He's
game.
a grade 4. He's a grade 3. He's a grade 2. How could you not pick him every game? Let's go. The smoke up from Team Secret. They're going to run into a great pick. And Weehaw Meepo. And oh, this Soul Catcher, man. It looks so good. It makes this burst damage look incredible. If you just bring someone down to half health and then you're just able to finish the job so easily. Now they've caught Miracle as well.
Oh.
And now they've gotten another one. Face Jet's going to be able to dodge some. Can he get the worm out? No. He just,
Alright. So I actually thought Liquid was in quite a good position.
yeah.
Especially after the you know, the mid was a little bit sloppy, but once they took the Roshan, I thought they were like,
Radiant's middle
things
tower
were gonna turn around, and then they went for that play on the mid one where they try to kill him with 2 melee heroes.
Yeah.
Very predictably, they got echoed.
I mean, let me just say, to their defense, Earthshaker is incredibly tanky when you go this build.
Yeah. It was just funny because it wasn't like it was a surprise. And now, the team with the Meepo is about to get raxed.
Yeah,
At
25 minutes. That's the team with Slark also got a Rax. Like those timings
Dude,
should be
he's
completely the opposite.
He's so farmed. Just click his hero.
Dude, he's got 16,000 net worth.
Oh dear lord.
He's got 9 permanent agility right now. Scotty's rolling it.
He's got a full Scotty too. Oh,
full
my
Scotty.
word. That is a lot to unpack.
And you just don't have like enough burst damage almost now.
Oh. So Liquid's last timing that I think they really have before they lose another set of racks is they need BKBs. But the problem is one of their core heroes literally can't buy one. Okay, here we go. GH is bought
They're
back.
going to buy
They're
back,
gonna go in.
but Weehaw trying to go in. They do have the Heavenly Grace onto him, as well as the heal coming out from Mind Control. So that one Meepo is going to be able to retreat. But Kuro, the coil is there, yes, but they can't actually force Secret to do anything there. They hold him there, but it doesn't result in anything. And Mind Control, who is so heavily committed to saving Weehaw, gets that one Meepo out, but he can't save himself. GH, who bought back for this, by the way. That's going to be a
That's the
dieback.
And what is the status on the BKB of the Bloodseeker? Okay, he's pretty close, but I will say this is the ultimate like fatal flaw of Meepo in the sense that like, you know, normal cores, you have a timing to look forward to where like you get this BKB and suddenly back to being boss.
Yeah.
He
doesn't have that.
doesn't have that. He sees 8 stunts and he's like, ugh.
So he pretty much has to hit his timing.
Oh.
Be dominant. Arrow. Dude, I'm telling you, this Soul Catcher with Earthshaker looks so sick nasty. Like, who doesn't die to that? No matter how tanky you are, when you 50% of your HP goes out the window, the Earthshaker's gonna finish the job.
This is looking rough.
This is looking real rough. You, I mean, if you said Team Liquid's going to go one way or the other, they're either going to be a top 4 team or a bottom 4 team.
I mean,
right now, it's looking like bottom 4, but it's just day 1.
Yeah, it's hard to say also because if Secret is the metric at which you're measuring other teams right now, like this team hasn't lost a game. You know, that's always surprising. I always feel like teams like that are always like destined to fail almost.
Yeah.
But not Secret, they're going to be 6-0 most likely after this game because they are up 11,000 gold. It'd be a pretty big...
The Fisher landing on a Miracle. He's going to pop his BKB, trying to go for the Blood Right, but they're disengaging really well. All these heroes are pretty healthy. Miracle's just not getting enough damage in right now against an Ogre, while his teammates are falling left and right, and now Miracle's done. I haven't done enough damage to get a kill. There is no heal opportunity. As the BKB wears out, he is dead, and what a Fisher from mid 1. He's been hitting some sick, nasty ones at this point.
He's playing his own supporter shaker, like...
Yeah, and we are okay.
Oh, they can't even kill Puppy?
Kind of diving in. One Weehaw is going to be able to save here. They do have the snowball as well, potentially to be able to pick him back up in mid 1 with his BKB. They'll just focus on the other Meepo, take GH last, finish it up with Kuro. This is looking like a repeat of game 1, and it is a victory in under 30 minutes by Team Secret. We hype this up as, you know, the TI7 champs.
Dude,
second place at the most recent major against the top DPC team, and Team Secret have proven why they were the top team